As of July 31st, the USDA said it has processed 165,000 claims for the Livestock Indemnity Program, the Livestock Forage Disaster Program, and the Tree Assistance Program. Those claims have totaled about $1.85 billion. The agency is implementing components of the new 5-year Farm Bill, including changes in commodity and dairy programs. Nebraska Farm Service Agency Director Dan Steinkruger joined us earlier this week to discuss those updates, including sign up for livestock emergency programs in this state.
Well, as you know, we're running a large livestock program in Nebraska for the Livestock Indemnity Program and the Livestock Forage Program. We think we've got about half of our cattle producers through the doors. We've paid about $142 million to 8,000 or 9,000 producers. So it's a significant program, very busy in all our offices.
You've reached the cap of 125,000 on some of those operations?
We do. We've got a lot of large livestock operations in Nebraska, and we've capped and hit the limit on a lot of those operations.
If a farmer or rancher hasn't signed up yet for the Indemnity Program or the Forage Disaster Program, when do you urge them to do that by?
Well, they need to get a hold of our office now and make an appointment. We're really trying to get the bulk of this work out of the way over the next few weeks, and would like to be completed in September. This fiscal year with the other Farm Bill programs that are ahead of us.
This is retroactive to when on these livestock emergency programs?
It goes back to 2012, so it covers drought losses for 2012, 2013, and in the southwest part of Nebraska in 2014.
And the livestock forage program would cover up to 60% of feed costs?
It does. Okay. It provides assistance there. Our hay and forage and feed costs were significantly higher at that time, and it provides some assistance for that. It is kind of ironic that the livestock industry is doing quite well right now, but part of that is because of the drought impacts that occurred in the prior years.
Let's move into crops. You said you've sent letters out to producers letting them know that they can update their base numbers for yield and acres, correct?
Yes, we sent out a letter nationally to all owners and operators with the acreage history and yields on their farm. It's an informational letter to try to get started on the ARC PLC program.
Update me on where we are in that process overall.
Well, we're just getting started. The base and yield process is first. Then later this year we'll look at the election on which program an individual chooses. And then the sign-up is actually scheduled for 2015.
Tell me about the crop insurance guidelines for the highly erodible land categorization, how those have changed.
Well, one of the big changes in the Farm Bill, and it was quite controversial, was adding the requirement that farmers comply with the highly erodible land and wetland requirements in order to be eligible for crop insurance. The way it ended up was that you've got to follow approved plans and meet the wetland requirements in order to receive the subsidy on the crop insurance program. So it is a new change, and I think the insurance industry as well as our farmers and landowners are going to be looking at that change.
Dairy producers will have a bit of a change coming in the near future. The milk income loss contract is going to change. When does it change, and what does it change to? Well,
essentially the milk program under the prior Farm Bill has ended, and starting September 1st, the margin protection program goes into effect under the new Farm Bill. So we're going to do our training at the Farm Service Agency later this month and be prepared to start sign up in the new program in September.
For producers that might not be aware of that change, is it going to be a big change for their operation? Could it be a big change for their operation?
It is a big change from what we've been doing with the dairy program the last few years, and it will require those operations to take a close look at what fits them best under the new program.
For more information on any of these programs, you can contact your local FSA office. Next week, we'll have more on ARC PLC options with UNL Extension Public Policy Specialist Brad Lubin.